Hello and welcome to Guidance 8's E-Wellness Fall Fundraiser. My name is Dr. Latoria Crump. I am here with my partner in crime, Miss Body. Miss Body, say hello to the people.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
First of all, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. And then I want to give a shout out to all of our vendors who made it to our extravaganza on last Saturday. For those of you guys who are following us, knew that we were out there on Saturday. And that's why we didn't go live per se in this fashion last Saturday. But I want to tell you, the vendors, thank you so much for showing up. I mean, we had Christmas wreaths, we had clothes, we had essential oils. What else do we have out there? We had porcelain whatnots, and a couple of, I can't even remember. But I want to tell my vendors, thank you so much. And hopefully we look forward to you guys joining us on our next adventure when it comes down to our vendor spaces and our events. One thing happened was, you guys, we went live. Hey, you guys, we're out here, we're live. And you know what? I was so glad the minute I got off live, I told you guys, I'm coming right back once we set all the way up. I mean, this, what was it? Snow, rain, sleet, or something was like, was like, we were like scrambling and like trying to cover things, and we were wet, and we still sat out there. We were trying to hold on out, you guys, but we weren't able to stay because the temperature was really, really cold. And for us to be out there wet on top of the cold weather, it would have been dangerous for all of us, and had to think of our vendors. But for those who possibly have drove by, I know I have some people call me and say, "Where are you?" And I said, "Whoa, we got snowed in." I want to thank my supporters, my support system, people who just came out and was going to be a part of our extravaganza. But we are going to throw more events because we were excited about that. It allowed us to know that we can do this. You know, we can. That was our very first Guidance 8 event without collaborating with another organization. Ms. Body, you have anything to say about that?
Oh, I would like to say that I'm thankful for the vendors that came out, even though we had to pack up quick. We was able to, interact with each other. We bought from each other's table,
Oh, yeah.
and we were able to hear each other's stories. So we also got to know the vendors more, and to see the products that they brought to the table was, was what was exciting to me, because I was excited to get out, because that was my first time setting up a table, doing an event, and it was all my stuff. It was me trying to be the entrepreneur that I really aspires to be. So it was a good thing to me. The rain came, the snow came, and we got wet. So we did have to pack up and come home. But Latoria, Dr. Crump is now working on, and if she get it together, you will see it. She's now working on a online raffle. And I'm excited about that, even though she got some hesitations about doing it, and
I
she's really
do.
trying to put it together. I think the online, I think the online raffle will show you some of the items that we had on the table, and it still give you an opportunity to participate, even though you were not able to be there physically. You can still donate and have something tangible for your donation. Okay, so let's think about it.
Yeah, yeah. Miss Body put love. It's my mom loves to put me on Front Street. Yeah, I do have something up on the website about the raffle. Really was looking forward to raffling off some of the pieces that we had, the extravaganza. But like she said, I'm in limbo of whether it will work or not. But now she didn't put it out there. You guys go over to the website and get a raffle ticket. It's up there for those who haven't followed us. It's on guidancestate.com and guidancestate.org. Okay. Hey, I'm telling you, these pieces are really nice pieces. And if you can Google some of these pieces, you'll see the prices are really good prices for what we are raffling. But the main thing about the raffle to me wasn't more about the product. It was more just about supporting the kids and hopefully getting something out of it, that type of thing. So come on, Miss Body, you done did it. You guys go and support us. GuidanceState.com. Get your tickets and help us support, because we're actually trying to raise money for our college/career tours. Okay. So hopefully you guys will come and join us and supporting us on that adventure. Adventure. All right. So for those who have been following us, I know I say that constantly, but for the last 2 weeks, we have been talking about financial wellness. Okay. So this week, we're going to continue on with that conversation. This week, we're talking about money habits. Is the habit that you have, is it sensible or is it unwise? First of all, there are habits. I have an example here: stopping for fast food on the way home from work or from school every day versus putting money in, like putting your spare change in a jar. I am an advocate of putting spare change in a jar. Okay. I love it. There are times when I can get to that jar and cash in, and I have some good money at the end of the day. So those who have not picked up that habit, that's a good habit to pick up. Um, but I have been that person that actually stopped along the way for fast food from home every day or before I go to work, right? And sometimes it's just convenient for us to do that. But in our actuality, is it good for our financial health, right? For our financial wellness? Is it good to actually spend money when we can actually go to the grocery store, buy these things, and prepare ahead of time, so that we won't be hungry when we get to work? We can carry our lunch, or that way we can fix our cup of coffee before we actually get to work, get in the car. And I did that during my college days. Yeah, so. All right. So, for instance, every day when I began my first full-time job, I was drinking coffee, Dunkin' Donuts every day, right? It was like $1.59, 50 something cent. And you round it up, it's like $2.15. So I just did a couple of numbers here. So at $2.15 for 5 days came out to $10.75 a week, right? Then after that, I just went up to just 180 days. And we're talking about getting coffee in the morning every day before I get to work. That was my kick out. Dunkin' Donuts was right along the way. It came out to $387 in a school year is what I would spend on coffee alone. Now imagine there are people who work possibly 200, 300 days a year. So, and if that's the case, think of how much money they're spending on that one cup of coffee a morning. And this was Dunkin' Donuts. We know Starbucks is like $5 a cup, right? Mom, you used to like Starbucks. You still love Starbucks, right?
Yes, I do. Actually, a friend of mine knew how much I like Starbucks, and for my birthday, she gave me a $15 a gift card to Starbucks. So therefore, I was not able to spend my money on Starbucks. But you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Some coffee companies, a cup of coffee is $5 and more. So we do have to be cognitive of that if we're stopping every day to get coffee, as opposed to sometimes it may be best to invest in a Keurig pot. And you get you a nice little pretty mug and drop you some coffee in that, and you can sip your coffee on the way and bypass. You'll save a lot of money by planning to eliminate some of the days. I know sometimes you just too busy to get up and fix that coffee. Those are the days you might want to splurge. But as much as lies within you, you need to think about making your own coffee in the morning and dropping it in this nice little mug and sipping it on the way. And you'll find your homemade coffee is just as good as Dunkin' Donuts. Come on, you can add your little spices.
Yes, you can too. And I am a fan of the Keurig. I'll tell you that much. So I don't drink coffee anymore, but I love my teas out of the Keurig, and definitely saved me a lot of money when I realized how much money I was spending every day on coffee. And what did I do with that money? Well, I saved it, and I actually was reaching for a certain goal. I wanted to go on a certain trip to the Bahamas, girl trip. And I said, you know what? I'm going to save this money, and I'm actually going to attend the trip. I wasn't going to attend it first, but I actually ended up attending the trip, which was really, really nice. Shout out to girls trips, you guys, if you know what that feels like. All right. So now we look at, is it a want or a need? Now, according to Maslow's pyramid, these are the basic needs that You have for your physiological needs, there's breathing, of course, to live, food, water, shelter, clothing, sleep. Then you have your safety and security, which is your health, employment. You need a job, you need some type of income, of a way to make income. Your property, somewhere to actually, they want you to actually own something, your family, your social stability. Now, I put this pyramid up here because when we think about our basic needs, it would kind of put our budget in perspective, right? It's like, what are my basic needs versus things that I need versus things that I want, right? So I have here water, basic meals, a place to live, transportation to school and work. Even if you're not driving, you still sometimes give people money for gas, or you take public transportation. Either way it goes, it takes money to get back and forth from school to work. The things that we want, things that make life more interesting and fun, but you can get by without it, right? So those are what we consider just our wants, right? So I tell my students, these are the things, your video game system, those are wants. You don't need a video game system, but can you tell them that? No. They need a PlayStation 5. They need the Xbox Infinity, whatever, all these different games, because they do not understand that what you need is the things in order to prosper, in order to grow. Okay, those are our needs. And I put Air Jordans up there because I work with the youth. But for Air Jordans, and for us ladies, for the grown-up style, we have our purses, our shoes, things we just want. A certain brand of purses or a certain brand of of shoes, okay, that we want. And I say air conditioning. What you think about that? Is air conditioning a necessity, Ms. Body?
I think air conditioning, it all depends on the body. If you're asthmatic or you're sick or you have some type of breathing problem and you need that particular want, then sure, you should have your air conditioning. I don't think that we should go without the things that we need to make life pleasurable to us. So I think that in Chicago, our weather could reach 100 and 203. So I think air condition can move over to the need side. It's based on your body, how much heat can you tolerate, and when will you need to come out of that heat before you have a heat stroke or trigger off something in your body. So yeah, I think air conditioning, even though it's not with Maslow, it is with Miss Body.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. And I put that up there because that is debatable. That is a debatable topic, whether we necessarily need air conditioning or not. Chime in if you're watching live. Put it in the post. What do you think? Do we need air conditioning, or are we spoiled? Because what did we do back in the day when air conditioners didn't exist? I don't know. So let me know what you think if you're watching. All right. Stop, drop, and think before you buy tests. So these are some of the things that appears to show some questions you can ask yourself. Do I need this, or do I just want it? Right? If I don't need it, why do I want it? Exactly. When would I use this particular thing that I'm negotiating whether I need or want it? Do I need it now, or can I wait for later? Can I find it for less somewhere else? Bargain shopping, right? What would I have to give up or put off by buying this now? Those are some questions that you can ask yourself when you are trying to figure out your money habits. I do this because sometimes I can overspend. I don't know if it was just me, but going into quarantine and going through the COVID, shopping was the thing to do, right? Amazon probably made so much money from everybody because there was nothing else to do but shop. And then, you get out, I go to the grocery store. What's in the grocery store? I visited aisles in the grocery stores I've never really visited before during the quarantine. Because one, I was able to go out. I was able to go into the store. I was masked up. But just spending some time outdoors was very, very interesting for me. So these are some of the questions that you can ask yourself when you're really trying to figure out, is it worth it or is it not? Okay. All right. If all of your bills were paid and you found an extra $100, what would you spend it on?
Before you move forward, I would like to go back to the last slide and talk about the times that we're in now. During this pandemic time, we have developed a really unnecessary spending habits. And it seemed like every time we go out the door, we're spending money. It's not like we're going out the door just to get together and talk and have fun. It seems like now the only thing for us to do recreational now is to go to a store and spend some money. So these questions you can, like lock them into your memory and do ask yourself when you go to Ross. Why are you there? What do you need? And then if you're in Ross, set a $20 spending limit. What I can't get for $20, I just won't get. And it's you probably in Ross because there's nothing else for you to do, and you're going to Ross to pick up something to help a need that we have on the inside of us from being in such a position of staying in for almost a year and a half. Now that we're out, we're just moving about aimlessly spending money. I know I have. I spent unnecessary money. And now I'm beginning to say to myself, well, what do you need it for? Like you said, do I need this? Or is it just that I just want it? Or what need am I fulfilling? So we do have to be very conscious about the money that we're spending now, because those that's retired and you have no job, that money's never going to come back to you. So you have to be careful. Those of us that's on fixed budgets, when that money go out, it's not coming back in. It's not like you have a job so you can recoup that money. So we have to be very careful of how we spend, because you do want to still live a life where it's okay with you. You don't want to struggle because of unnecessary spending.
I like that. Thank you for that, Miss Bonnie. Very, very important. I think another reason why is because everything was closed during quarantine, but the grocery stores, and Amazon too. And so people were finding things to buy. So yeah, thank you for that. That was really cool. All right. So that question was, if all of your bills were paid, those who are watching, if your bills were paid and you found an extra $100, what would you spend it on? Let's see. If all of my bills were paid and I found an extra $100, what would I spend it on? I would actually go to a list, because I like keeping a list, to see if it's something that I overlooked and I may have needed it, but I said, oh, I can just put it off till later. And if I have something on that list, then I will go to that list and I will purchase that particular thing or put money towards that. If it's nothing on my list, it makes no sense to just spend extra money because I have it, right? Be okay with reserving money. I put out a post this week saying financial wellness is having reserve funds enough to handle emergency situations. And so if you have an extra $100, that doesn't mean it's to spend it. Put it along to the side. You never know what may happen or what may arise where you may need to spend that $100 on something else. So Ms. Bonnie, any chime in on that one?
Yeah, I think with me, I'll push the $100 down into an account that I have where I save money. So I won't touch it right away. I have a reserve account. I will push that money down into my reserve account, and it'll sit there until something happened and I need to move it. So you have banks that have your regular account, they have a reserve account, and then they have something called a spend down account. So I would move my $100 down, and that when I see that money grow, I get happy, because I know that I'm saving money and I'm pushing that $100 down. Not that I may never use it, but at that particular time, just because it's available does not mean that I need to spend it. So I'll push that down into an account and hold it.
Pretty cool. I like that. All right. So the challenge, I said, in 30 words or less, write a catchy personal money model, right? A rule to live by that inspires you to stick to sensible spending habits that match your values. I have one. I like the Dollar Tree. Has little secrets all through the Dollar Tree. I have this one little bag that I carry in, and I do the O.J. Simpson. If it doesn't fit, it must have quit. So if it cannot fit in my one little bag that I have, I say, well, you know what? I don't need it. I look through and say, can I make room for it? Can I take something out that I just picked up? If not, well, I don't need it. Because I like little crafts and things like that. When I go to the dollar store, sometimes they have like batteries, Energizer batteries, and things like that, and Dollar Tree. I mean, just trust me. If you haven't been, go. You'll have fun, and it's only $1, right? That's the way to live on a budget. Okay. Even they have good air fresheners, right? They bleach. Awesome bleach is good. I'm just saying in my head. But that's one of my personal money models that I have. Miss Bobby, you happen to have one?
You know, I don't have one, but I could think of one on the spot. Is that, you know, do I need it and why?
I like it.
So if I could ask that question, do I need it, and the question no comes up, then I need to walk away.
Smart.
But then if I say, do I need it, and the question comes, yes, come up, then I have to ask myself, why? Why do you need it? What are you going to do with it? So you do have to have a little song or a little motto that you sing to yourself when you walk into these stores.
Oh, yeah.
You know, instead of just, and then there's another one that I like is to assign my money a task. And until my money complete that task, I can't spend it on anything else.
Okay.
So I like that. And I think we talked about that last year, assigning your money a task. Like there's some things I know I wanted to have done in my house.
Yeah.
And I was watching my money for the opportunity to buy the things that I needed, to paint for like I'm having my kitchen painted right before Thanksgiving. But 2 months prior, I was thinking about that. Where's that money going to come from? You know, if I pull it from one place, will it affect that place? If I pull it from another place, what effect would that have? So I had to wait until I was able to find a place in time and money where I can get that paint. And so now that brings me to something that I do want to talk about today, real quick. I want to talk about making your money work for you. And that is, if you're going to get a charge card, please give a charge card that pay back. Please get a charge card that will put 2% of the money that you spend back into your account. Or a certain percent of the money that you spend will go back into your account. Kohl's does that. JCPenney does that. Discovery does that. Now, Kohl's surprised me this year. I had so much money in Kohl's that I never thought about. The cashier was like, let's see if you have any money. I had so much money. All I had to pay for the items that I had, I think, was $8. And I was excited the fact that I had a card that paid back.
Right.
So you're talking about money, you're talking about wealth. Let's not get these charge cards that do not invest back into you. So let's look at what we're doing. Let's look at the cards we're getting. And let's look at how if a card is not going to pay me back now, I'm looking at the cards that I have. I want to take them down to a zero balance and I'm going to leave them alone. Because if you're not going to pay back, give me 2% of my money back. Because listen, sometimes when we go shopping, we spend $200-$300 at a time.
Yes, we do.
That money's coming back to you at 2%, 3%. That money's going back into your account. So I found that out this month. Not only did I have money back from JCPenney's, I had a good amount coming back from Kohl's. And that money came in handy when it came time for me to buy things for my grandson that he needed for school. So my thought right now at this moment is dealing with financial wealth, is looking for cards that's going to give back. It does not have to be a Visa or a MasterCard. It could just be a store card. JCPenney is a store card, but JCPenney gives you money back. And I enjoy spending. I have free money at Walmart. I have free, not Walmart, Walgreens. I have free money at Walgreens. I have money I earned at JCPenney, and I had money I earned at Kohl's. I was a shopping sister.
Yes, you were.
So let's think about that when we talk about, challenges. The challenge too is also, do you need that credit card, and how will that company give back to you?
I like that. Thank you for that, because we're talking about financial wealth and we're thinking about those credit cards. That percentage you have to look at. Also, if you don't pay that bill within the 30 days. Okay, so 29.6%. You're excited because maybe you're approved for a card or it's free money, but they do give you rewards back, and that's really nice. But make sure that you guys can pay off that credit card within a time frame where you're not being penalized by that APR percentage that you're going to get monthly if you don't pay your bill on time. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Someone asked me, did I want to get a card? And I looked at the small lines. It was like 29.9%. And I'm like, whoa, what if I had a hiccup? That's a lot of money that you will get from me, So you guys make sure you pay attention to that. Now, when it comes down to our financial wealth and our spending, it really comes down to our experiences with money, our value systems with money. Growing up, how did our family deal with money? Okay. Some people we know spend money without a problem because growing up, that was the atmosphere and the environment in which they were subjected to. Okay. Because maybe the family had enough money where all they saw was the person, their mom and the parents and the guardians just spending money without any repercussions. Okay. But as we begin to get older and we begin to gain knowledge, we start making better decisions about money spending. And that's why little businesses like mine gives you tidbits and tools to kind of help people along the way so you can make better decisions, so you can be financially healthy. Okay, that's the word I was looking for. Because I know I do not spend money the way I spend money as a kid. Definitely not. As a teenager, no. As a pre-adult, yeah. I still struggle with some money habits that I have, right? Because I am spoiled. I work hard for what I want. So I'm like, if I want this, I should be able to go get it, Then I have to self-check, That's when we talk to ourselves. Is it something that I need, right? Or is it just something that I want? And how long am I going to utilize this? Okay. How long does it take for me to put this money back in my account? Because I don't know about you, but when I spend money, I automatically think about ways to put it back in my account. I don't know, but that's just me. So just remember that if you just start now, just being conscious of how you spend your money, you'll begin to have better habits because you'll notice how your money is being spent, whether you're saving money and whether you have anything left for emergency purposes. Okay. Anything to say about that? Growing up, spending money, values, or anything like that, Miss Bonnie?
No, those are good points. I think that's good. Valuing. Yeah.
Okay, good. You guys, thank you for listening. I hope you guys got something out of what we said, some tips or tools. I don't care if it's just one little bitty thing that you got out of that. I hope you did. We'll be back here next Saturday for our final day of our Fall E-Wellness Fundraiser. Some people are asking me, can you accept Zelle? Yeah, guys, guess what? Now we can accept Zelle. We have Zelle there for you guys. It's just our email address at wellness@guidanceaid.org. We also have our CASHAPP, which is the money sign Guidance Aid. And then, of course, if you go to our website, it's a secured website. It's also secured through PayPal, where you don't have to have a PayPal account. You can use your credit card, debit card, okay, or check, and you can send it to Guidance 8. And remember that everything you give us is tax deductible, right? So you get to write it off on your taxes, which is a good thing. So I don't see any comments in the box. No, I do not. And so with that being said, you guys, we will see you on Saturday. Until next time, be blessed and stay well.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.